Welcome to the 12th and final episode of the Peas in the Podcast Season 2. Here we discuss trends and provide commentary on media and social justice issues, as well as our own personal life experiences. Please remember to #wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Today
over
we are
your nose and your mouth. Sorry, I feel like I have to qualify that every single time.
Yeah.
It's not doing you any good if it's under your nose.
Today we're doing something a bit different and hosting our first roundtable. We've invited multiple guests to weigh in and share their thoughts, expertise, and experiences on the idea of the friend zone. So, for our guests, please introduce yourselves. What I'm going to do is whoever is on my screen, whatever way I see you, you're going to get called out. So, Hannah is right next to me. So, Hannah, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Hannah Burtness, and I live in St. Louis, Missouri. What other information would you like to know?
Tell us where we can find you, all that good stuff.
Well, my handle pretty much everywhere is Hannastasia, Hannastasa. I liked this joke when I was in high school that my name was Hannah, short for Hannastasia. It's not, but and I have a website, Hannah Burtness, my full name.com. I do graphic design and some writing and marketing. So that's me.
Dope. Cam, you're right below me, so.
Yeah. What's up, Camden? Just friends with Daphne. Yeah, I'm like really awkward. Anyway, I'm on. I have my own podcast, Playing in Traffic. The host with my friend Kanique. I actually just dropped the episode today, so you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora. Yeah.
Dope.
Oh yeah. Camden B @ Camden B on Instagram and Twitter.
Jeez.
Boy, do you know where we can find you or no?
Yeah.
All right, Noel is below Camden.
Peace. My name is Noel. Prophet also. I know Daphne for a very long time. Very, very, very long time. I'm a multi-hyphenate musician, poet, writer, businessman. Got a small business. You can find me on Instagram at BlackXGold. And then also my other one is at Black Power Fist as well. Just all about teaching people how to love themselves the right way.
We'd love to see it.
Beautiful.
All right. So this is not Jameer. This is his twin, Jamal.
There was a confusion when Jamal popped on the chat.
The thing is, we never talk about the fact that Jameer is a twin on the podcast. So I feel like there's just like there's two Jameers.
Well, one of them's gonna be better lit than the other,
right?
Hopefully,
got the background. We gotta fight Jameer.
Jamal's gonna be looking professional.
Woo!
So hi everyone, I am Jamal. I'm a Brooklyn-based teacher from Philly. I'm a current grad student, budding musician, and an anime, music, and Target runs in downtown Brooklyn. That's me. Oh, you can find me at Mall of America on Instagram.
Sorry.
Yeah, because my name is Jamal. Oh, let me get it right. At Mall of _America on Instagram.
Fair. And Brunetta.
Hello, I'm Brunetta, and I'm an environmental engineer out in Long Island, very far away from everybody. And I'm friends with Jameer and Jamal, and my Insta handle is breadnetta. I like carbs, so bread and then netta, ETA. I make art when I feel like it, so don't expect me to ever post any. Yeah, that's about it.
And y'all know me, Daphne, Star. Star, can you give a little wave? She's all the way in the distance. And Jameer, who we got to fight tooth and nail just to turn his camera on. Let's get into this. So I'm going to explain. Here's how it's going to go down. So everybody's going to get 5 minutes, basically. 5 minutes. That's going to be it. Because the thing is, if I give y'all real amount of time, y'all going to go over. And then we're going to run into a problem. I'm going to just tell y'all 5 minutes. And then y'all do what y'all need to do. So basically, we're going to present a topic. So the topic is the friend zone. You could present your little think piece on it, your own thoughts, elaborate, whatever. Ask your question, and then you have 5 full minutes from the moment your question is asked for anybody to jump on it. So it should be about like 2 people to answer each question. Sounds good? And try to elaborate, y'all. I know all y'all on here got some thoughts. Y'all got some think pieces all the time, so I don't want to be hearing no, yes, no. All right, so I'm gonna go first. And you're gonna see it pop up, but this is the meme. From Twitter, somebody said, women be getting friend zoned too? I never knew this. And then the response was, absolutely, we just don't go on rants about it, about how we're nice girls and all they want is hoes or whatever y'all be saying. So my question is, and this is for the ladies, because I think we have an even gender split here for some weird reason. Ladies, have you ever been friend zoned? How did you shoot your shot? And how did they let you down? Start contemplating her whole life right now.
I really am.
Oh my
I got
God.
abandonment issues, deep abandonment issues. This is not the question for me to thrive.
Well, okay. I don't mean to be the first one to have out, but this question was really interesting to me because when I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I absolutely have been. But I never thought about it like that. Like this tweet, when it started going around, was the first thing that I was like, oh yeah, I guess I've been friend zoned. But at the time, I didn't put it in that box. I was more like, you know, if I was talking to my friends about it, it was the guy who I was in love with who like hadn't realized that he was in love with me yet, you know, I never did. But but like that's how I thought about it. So I really related to this response of like, yeah, I've been into guys who were never into me and we just ended up being friends. But I never thought of it like that because I didn't think that I had any right to them being into me.
Yeah.
But I like your question because the whole like, how did I shoot my shot?
That's the meat of it.
Yeah, it is. And like the way I felt like I was shooting my shot, but what I was doing was like just like texting him, and every time I visited his city, you know, like making sure we saw each other and talked and like asking him to dance and like having all these long conversations. And I thought I was having, you know, I thought we were having moments, but I was never actually shooting any shots. Like I would say the most time that I did was at one point I kind of invited myself over to his apartment and I made him dinner and I like sat on his couch and I just really hoped that he would like come over and like cuddle with me, and he didn't. And it was after that I realized that this was not something that was going to happen because he was very much not into me. But at that time I was not the person who was just going to come out and be honest about how I felt.
You cooked this man a whole meal.
Yes, I did. And I was leaving for another continent very soon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in it.
You like
that's
Yeah.
I was very into this man, and that is how he let me down. Is like we had so many romantic moments, and I opened the door, and he never walked through. Now I'm the kind of person who will just like be more open and honest, and I think that's a healthier way of doing it. But at the time I just like let out all these breadcrumbs and really hoped that he got the picture.
See, that makes me think of that one meme when it's like how girls shoot their shot, and it's just like a picture of like Bernie Mac staring. It's like
I relate to that a lot.
it's like you don't know.
Yeah. Right.
It's like I'm never gonna say it, because then if I say it, there's room for you to be like, nah.
To reject me, to completely reject me. Yeah.
Right.
Which to this day, I don't know if he friend zoned me or if he just never realized that I was into him.
Fellas, y'all want to weigh on this? What did he do?
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Maybe
I
he
was gonna
just
say,
didn't
sometimes
know.
we don't know. Like we might not know like what kind of. I mean, dinner. If you're cooking him dinner and shit, that should be a pretty big hit. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
very good that night.
See, that's hard to say. That's hard to say because like I've had female friends come to my house and just cook. Like I've
Yeah.
done it platonically. Like it's hard to say.
But I feel like that's a little bit different because like it's been established like, hey, I'm coming over, like we're gonna watch anime or something, just chill, but hey, you're hungry, I'm hungry, let's cook. Compared to what she did. Like
Not like she deliberately went over there.
Hannah put
Like-
a billboard up and was like, hey, I'm trying to make you my man. And he was like,
before I leave the country.
Right.
Like that is a whole.
and he was like, thanks, I
Thank
love
you.
tacos.
The continent.
And
Like,
he was like playing me records all night, and I kept thinking that we were on the same page, and we were not.
No,
on the same
no.
page.
no, you know what?
Y'all wasn't even reading the
I want
same
you
book.
Noel, I want you to honestly answer. Oh, we lost Noel. Anybody can take this, but I want an honest answer. If a girl comes over and makes you dinner and you start playing her records, I feel like you fully know what is going on here. Like you are feeding into it for the time because you're like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot the shit. Like there's no, I think he knew. I think he just didn't want to fully commit.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
I could be.
But you know, I can't say nothing. I never shot my shot.
Yeah, it was looking back.
And I mean, like that star.
so mad.
I'm mad that Star gave me that face.
I'm mad that you
Can I tell
made
the
me
best
give you
part
that
of the
face.
story? Actually,
Yes, yes.
So after that night, or that night, I had a Uber pick me up. I was in Chicago, and so different city. I didn't have my car, and the guy who picked me up, we were like chatting. It was one of those conversations you have with your Uber driver who's really nice. He was like kind of an uncle type, and I was like pouring out my heart a little and telling him what had just happened because I was so upset. And when we got to the part that I was like, that guy who had like walked me out to the curb, I was like, yeah, I've just been into him for so long, and it's just like obviously he's not into me. And he was like, that guy? I was like, yeah. And he was like, that guy who dropped you off. He was so unimpressed with like,
Yeah, like the one he was like 5'6".
hilarious.
Yeah, the weird widow's peak. Yeah.
He's like, listen, Uber niece.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That ain't
He
the
was
one
like,
for
"You
you."
Can do better.
And his entire spiel after that was very along the lines of like, you can do better. it was very
That's how it
heartwarming.
be though. Like when you really feeling somebody, you don't worry about stuff like that. And
I
then
feel like
like
that would
it's
make me
only
feel
moments
worse.
after like
Really?
If I
like dang.
if I was doing all of this work for a dude who other people were just like, he ain't this sis.
Like word.
I think it opened my
In a
eyes.
different city.
I would be like, oh.
He's not even 6 foot.
And then I get rejected too? Nah.
Mm.
I ain't got the ego for that.
It was a lot. I'm gonna say it was a lot.
All right, my 5 minutes are up. I am passing this to Star. So let's go.
Y'all, you know, it came to my attention like maybe a year or two ago. A meme went around, and I don't think anyone has it in here actually. And I didn't even put it in there, but I'll put it in there. A meme went around that was like, or maybe it wasn't even a meme. Maybe it was like a Facebook post. It was like, you know, the friend zone doesn't exist. That just means you have a hard time accepting no for an answer. And I was like, oh, that's directed at a lot of like generalized maleness there.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to thinking, and I was like, no, the friend zone does not exist.
The limit
The
doesn't
friend
exist.
zone, the limit doesn't exist. The friend zone was made up by insecure men who have never been told no in their life and are used to getting everything they want. And then they were like, she put me in the friend zone. No, dude, you're just having trouble being rejected, and that's a very normal human reaction. And it's okay that you're having trouble because this woman or whoever, like, I mean, I don't even know if we can super gender it, but like in my brain, if we're going to talk, I'm going to talk on the binary line, unfortunately, but like if we're going to be honest about it. It's like, no, men, like when a woman says no, no means no. Or, I mean, if a man says no, no means no. If a non-binary person says no, no means no. So I think we need to get rid of the idea of the friend zone altogether. What do y'all think? Should we like abolish it? And I want the guys in this chat to repudiate me hard, because I'm not willing to change my mind on this, but I want to hear you try to convince me that I'm wrong.
I love that. I'm not willing to change my mind, but I want you to convince me.
She
No,
put
but
up
I
the
feel
change
like-
my mind meme,
Yep.
but y'all not gonna.
Oh, that's what you did? No, but I just feel like when you meet people, you know what you want from them, or you know, like you know what type of relationship you want to have with them. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Well, I agree with you, but I also think that sometimes a relationship develops when you least expect it. That's happened to me in several situations where I met someone, had no prior idea of being interested in them, and then it just happened, right? And like things like that happen. You can't really control what does that to you. But I think like thinking somebody owes you their time is just weird. Like that's just strange.
That's the thing. Yep.
Like manipulation and very,
Right.
like,
Entitled.
very conniving. Yeah.
So my thing is that you can't exactly turn the feelings off. So you can't like, I don't know if you can say that it doesn't exist. So like sometimes you happen to fall in love with a friend and you decide that you value that friendship over the potential relationship. But like if you decide that you value the friendship and continue the friendship, not tell them anything, it's not like you're not liking them anymore. So you're in the friend zone. That's when you converse to the friend
That's
zone.
a good way of looking at it. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
All right, well, Brunetta changed my mind.
Wow.
Damn.
All the Spanish
Plot twist.
I feel like maybe what you're saying is like, can we get rid of the negative aspect, like the fact that a friend zone is only negative, right? Because I think what we're saying is like, yeah, sometimes you are in the friend zone and you're aware of it, but it's not a bad thing. It's just a neutral thing.
Yeah, I think that is kind of. Go ahead.
No, that's all. I was just, it's there to set a boundary. I mean,
right.
First and foremost.
Yeah.
And
I think that is
people who are like in denial they disrespect those boundaries. That's why they're having a hard time, like you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Right.
I get like one point of like it's not a real thing, but I think that like a large part of our society like fosters this idea that like your lover should be somebody who you care about or you have a solid relationship or friendship with. Like we sell this whole high school sweethearts idea. And so I think what happens is people kind of just eat that up, whether they intentionally do it or not. And it's like, oh, I've been comfortable with this person this long. Why not turn it to something romantic? So I think you do end up staying in the friend zone. I think the friend zone is real because of just that specific thing. Not to say that like it's okay to be like, hey, I was out here cooking you meals and driving you around. You owe me some tail. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like in the idea of what like society has said is how you're supposed to date somebody, or like even just like simple things like not to say like women doing it, but like women are told you should choose somebody who you're close to. Then it doesn't seem so bad if you're like, if you want to have sex with somebody or if you want to go out and meet somebody. It's like, oh, well, you know him and you're comfortable. It's like, I don't have to be. I can do whatever I want. But I think that's where a large part of it comes from. And I don't think it's just necessarily on men creating the friend zone. I think we are women, as women, we're well aware of it too. It's just like, no, I can pick and choose. Like, I'm not dating you. I want to keep you in the buddy zone. And like, please don't try to make this romantic. You might not even be my type, but I'm comfortable with you.
Yeah.
But overall,
I like it. And I think my time is up. So I'm going to kick it to Jameer.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
It's your turn.
So for my meme, it kind of looks like a little postcard. It says, so when you're complaining about being single and that there's no good girls defined. Remember, you put all the good girls in the friend zone. And I'm like, when I seen a meme, I thought it was funny because I've seen, well, guys usually say like the same thing. You put all the good guys in the friend zone, all like the chivalrous one. So with that, I kind of brought up this question. Why do you think people often position themselves as the good ones when they aren't picked in regards to dating? Like when they're placed inside the friend zone, why do they always try to position themselves like, I'm one of the good ones and everyone else is less than me, but I didn't get chosen?
I feel like people do that with everything though. That's like trying to tell racists like they're racist. They be like, I'm not bad. It's like everybody wants to be seen as good. So there's no way in hell people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm a sexual predator. Why wouldn't you date me?
Yeah, right. I'm a thief.
Right? Like,
You know.
don't do that.
I only scam on the weekends.
You know what's sad? I respect men who do that more, who be like, listen, girl, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
That's because, well, I don't know. I should not put Daphne on blast, but I feel like, Daphne, that is a little bit how you operate too, which isn't a bad thing. So like, I just feel like, you know, equal footing.
Yeah, but nobody can just come out and be like, I'm a bad guy.
Right.
That's not true, man.
That's
not true.
You know some people, Noel.
I know some people that are just like, I'm bad, I'm terrible. And I know some people that love that. There's somebody for everybody.
Dad is
right about that.
Oh, like
Is there?
He's like, it's all right.
No, sometimes I don't know.
At this point in the pandemic.
Right. No.
Like, are you that
keep your
bored?
crusty? No.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I've even seen it with like what's his name? Childish Gambino. I remember when he did that one stand up and he was like, yeah, because like, you know, the black girls didn't like me. And da da da. So it's like, yeah, like a lot of times people just try to like position themselves like, you're like, I was doing everything right. I was making myself available and nobody wanted me. And now it's like, it's because like y'all don't want good people. Y'all don't want people like this. Yeah. And it's like, can't you just admit that like you were just undesirable to that person? Like, it's not the hardest thing to admit that it was just you. Like, you and that person just wasn't gonna work. Like, why it gotta be like some overarching thing?
I don't think they can admit that. I think they're like unwilling to go there. I think they want to have control, or they want to kind of pass the buck.
Yeah, I kind of think I agree with that. And I guess with that, we can transition into Camden.
Yeah, so my meme was, we kind of already touched on it. I think it's from an English television show. This guy's pointing at his head, and he said, "You cannot be in the friend zone if you are not her friend."
Messy and problematic.
I think it's hilarious because it's just pure.
Cam, that's big energy.
It's
messy.
I think it's hilarious. I mean, but like, it kind of plays. I think it's his ego too. I mean, it's just like, no, there's no way that this person cannot accept me as more than just a friend, or you know, it's just like, I don't know, like it's very self-sabotaging, I would say, that kind of like thing.
Definitely.
What?
I kind of took it a little different.
Well, yeah. Well, how'd you take it? So,
I appreciate people who come in knowing what they want and just can be real about that. Like, don't try to befriend somebody if you're not genuinely trying to be their friend. Like, if you come in to try to build a romantic partnership or something, just be straight up with it. You don't gotta pussyfoot around, none of that. You can just straight up be like, "Hey, girl, I'm trying to make you mine." That's it. You can't be friend zone. You can't be friend zone if you was never her friend. As in, if you told her what was what from the beginning. And I know some niggas like that. They ain't never tried to be my friend. They was like, "Listen, girl, this was gonna be."
I feel like we all know people like that. I mean, why not?
Respect the
Like,
hustle, man.
yeah.
I'm torn on that because part of me is like, yeah, I don't want to be manipulated into, you come in and pretend you're my friend and actually are just trying to bang me. Like that doesn't feel good. But on the other hand, as a person, because of my own, different layers, when someone comes at me and I don't know them and they're just like, I'm really into you, please can we be together, that can push me away. Like sometimes I need to work into it. Like you need to give me some room to ramp
It
up.
seems kind of forceful a little bit.
I need to be with you. Come with me right now. That sounds kind of
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't even know you.
I am not a predator.
I feel comfortable with you.
Like, can I get the first name? The last name?
Yeah.
Can I get
To be
any
honest,
info?
if
We didn't
an
even make it to
attractive
the call
woman
stage
says,
yet.
"Come with me now," I'm assuming you're a federal agent. So
Yeah, like
I'm not going with that.
Wait, Noel, I need to hear of your peoples who be coming in that hot.
Oh man, well you see, just characters. I live in Philadelphia, so I've seen it all, right? So it's just like just thinking that someone owes you their time, just coming in hot and saying, "Yo, look, I'm bad for you. What's up?" Like McDonald's. Like that's just how people are. Like they're just like, "I'm like fast food. What's up?" And then you got people who respond to that. It's very interesting. I've seen it in males, females, either way, men, women. We're all guilty of it.
It's because it's Philly. I just want to be very clear on that. It's because it's Philly. That's like a very Philly, New York. No,
Oh, also, I'm
Daphne?
actually
No,
from New
Daphne?
York, so yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know. I still respect the hustle. Like I just prefer.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I disrespect it. I'm
Listen,
just regionalizing it.
I can't say shit because
it's
like
a little more
I know,
aggressive than most people are used to.
I know personally me, I've done that to niggas. Like I don't beat around the bush.
I am niggas.
It's me.
Niggas is me.
It's me.
It's me.
I'm niggas.
It's me. I am.
But like I don't know, and I feel like there hasn't been. Okay, I feel like if I'm somebody's friend, I never just go up to people and be like, "Hi, do you want to be my friend?" It's like that just develops over time. But like nothing in my head goes, put this person in a romantic box. Or maybe I like compartmentalize a lot where I'm like, this is my friend. And it's like, cool, okay, that's who you are. But we're not going to switch the song and be like, and now I'm trying to fuck. It's like, wait. Wait.
Okay,
wait.
but
If you told me in the beginning, when like I first met you and I was like, hi, I'm Daphne, and you were like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And if you said to me like, hey, one of these days I might be trying to fuck or something like that, then I could be like, all right, keep that window open in that part of the brain.
What?
But like, if you don't approach me with that, that's never gonna happen.
Well, I think how do we even, we can't have that conversation without talking about friends with benefits then, right? It's like, what are these benefits? Like, you want to get out of the friend zone for fucking, or do you want to get out of the friend zone for dating? Like, there's a difference, right? So it's like, what? Noel looks very skeptical at me, and
I mean, what are these layers? Everything is so nuanced. Like, I might meet an individual. We might get into an adventure. Something might happen that's non-romantic, and I might be like, "Wow, you handle that in a way that I appreciate." I now see you in a different light. Or I might see a person and be like, "Wow, they're attractive," and like never want to do anything with them. It just, you know what I mean? I think it's so nuanced. Like, I've seen attractive people that I'm just like, nah. Like,
yeah, but like,
and I know we can all agree with that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I feel like there's an inkling in everyone's mind, no matter how attractive or not attractive that person is, that like literally you say to yourself, I could see myself dating this person or pursuing this person or not. Like, I think there was like a study, it's like women can compartmentalize you in like 30 seconds of meeting you or something. And it's like also relying on people being genuinely who they are. But I don't think anybody's going to be really in a life or death scenario where it's like, oh, we're stuck in a bank vault and you managed to get us out of there. I love you, girl. Like, no, nobody's doing that. They are who they are at the general basis.
No, I mean, it's not like so cut and dry. Like I watch a woman take a cake out of the oven. I'm like, wow, you could raise my children. It's not like that. It's like, I'm not on that level. It's like if I see you in enough experiences where I'm like, wow, we can get along. Then I start developing a romantic idea of what it would be like to be with you, right? Like, you could, you know what I mean? You could chalk it up anyway.
The opposite.
Yeah.
You'd be like, damn, she's crazy.
You're annoying. Yeah, right.
Like, damn, red flag.
Right.
There's like just some, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like you said, it's nuance. It's nuance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I would say, I mean, at least for me, I have a lot of that in between. Like, there's people who I know are into me, and I'm like, maybe I'm into them, maybe I'm not. Let's try it out. Let's let it grow. Like the question, have you ever successfully transitioned out of the friend zone? I haven't, but I've like been open to it, you know. And like got out on a date and see how it goes, and I could see it happening. It hasn't before, but for me, it's not so cut and dry. It would be nice. Honestly, it would be really nice if it was, I would say.
It is what it is.
All you can do is try and shoot your shot.
Yes.
I honestly, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm a gray area resident. I will live there for the rest of my life.
Honestly, I can't really relate because I think every relationship I've had, we started off as friends, and then we just, I guess, got out of the friend zone. But I didn't become friends with them thinking I wanted to be in a relationship with them. It kind of just happened. So like, I think my last, but it was kind of like, there was kind of a gray area there though. Like my last relationship, we were like flirting for a while, and I was like, hey, you want to go to a concert? And then we went to a concert. And then like we went to the concert, and then at the Airbnb in Philly, there were like two beds. There was one small ass bed and a tiny ass couch, so we slept in the same bed. Things happened. Yeah, it was like in the movies. Like that's the plot to every shoujo anime.
To every shoujo anime.
That is the plot. Like they go on a trip, whatever. So we actually ended up breaking the bed, you know, because stuff happened. But anyways, back to the point. Like,
oh my gosh, this is my dream.
Nanda.
I thought we were talking about friend zones. I was
Yeah. Remember that?
But like this leads into like after that happened, I was like, hey, you want to like be in a relationship or whatever? I didn't ask it like that. He was like, oh, I kind of like the way things are now. Let's still be friends, but like, you know, continue things. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, hopefully you don't mind if I just do that with everybody else too. Like, you know, like, and then he was like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll consider being in a relationship. And we ended
Niggas
up
is clowns.
together. Yeah, exactly. So like,
niggas is clowns.
The foolery.
Y'all gotta remember, Daphne's always on this podcast for straight up male slander. So
I mean, I know that about you just
I
in
know,
general.
we know. Everyone knows you. Yeah,
I'm glad y'all too. I'm glad y'all too.
The Queen of Misandry.
The Queen of Misandry.
Stop. Cam, pass the torch.
I was just kidding. Oh shit. Sorry. I don't know who else.
Oh, I think it's my turn next.
Yep, we're going into Hannah.
Cool. So my memes are kind of separate from my question. The second one, so they're both, you know, the what's his name from the movie?
Gru?
Yes, thank you. So it's the one where he's like showing slides, and I'm really, really shitty at describing memes. I feel like memes are very like visual, and it's hard to describe them verbally. But in one of them, he's like, approach the girl I like, maintain a healthy friendship while consistently teasing a relationship. Never ask her out. And anyway, that one, as you'll notice from my earlier, one of my earlier stories, I feel like that has happened with me as well. that like I've been on the other side of how I was acting, which is like, let's be friends. And then nothing actually comes out of it. So I'm like, are we friends? Are we not? Do you want something? Do you not want something? The other one has kind of already been covered in terms of like, if you make a friend, you make a friend. But what I would like to know, because this is from kind of the other side of the question, have there been times when you are very aware of the fact that like you are friend zoning someone else? Because I was thinking about it, we've already mentioned a few things related to this, but like, especially as a woman who has attention, you know, like quite a lot, I mean, not all the time, but sometimes keeping the friend zone can be kind of like a protective measure in some ways. Not dramatically protective, but like, I just want to be your friend and I can tell you're into me, but I'm like putting out the vibes that I just want friends, but we're not really stating it one way or another because like maybe there's a little give. So anyway, I wanted to know if anyone else has had feelings about maintaining the friend zone.
I have a lot of feelings about that.
Yeah.
Because I cannot be friends with someone who needs more attention than I need, and I need a lot of attention. Like, I'm the youngest child. I was raised basically as an only child. I like to be sought after, but once I'm in the spotlight, like, I'm going to be in the spotlight. I realize that I sound like incredibly undesirable in this moment as I'm describing my dating style.
Talk
but
shit.
like,
Are you a Leo?
At least you're being honest.
Yeah.
right? But like,
That's a very Leo thing to say.
I'm not a Leo.
Very Leo.
Yeah.
I'm a Libra.
Oh, that still fits.
So this podcast is full of air signs.
That still fits.
Everyone was quiet. What happened? Damn.
Because everyone hates Libras. It's fine because we steal attention and like we.
My
need...
sister is a Libra and she's amazing. So
no, they hate Geminis.
Oh yeah.
The Geminis get a divorce.
I can't even.
Geminis are
Gemini.
cool.
Aries get a
Geminis.
divorce.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Aries. Aries
Everybody
is the
hates-
worst.
No, do you see Scorpios get shit on every day? Like,
Y'all deserve
every
it.
day
I'm
on
trying to get
Twitter.
Scorpios,
Y'all
Aries,
deserve
and
it.
Geminis. Scorpios, Aries, and Geminis.
Scorpios deserve it.
They sure do.
Good.
So I've found myself actively like pushing back against it because I'm like, but maybe it's just the type of men that I attract, but not when I'm like, I don't know how to say.
I think
any of
Star
this.
just had a self-aware moment, and I
did.
Wow.
I have to talk to my therapist about this on Monday.
He's
But
like, I did.
Let me write this down.
Funny.
let me text my therapist at 7:50 at night and be like, Amanda, guess what we're talking about on Monday? My dating style. But I think there is a moment of like, I can only give so much of myself. And if you were trying to actively escape the friend zone, more than likely that person is being annoying. So I'm like, I don't have the time for, like, I'm annoyed at you. I don't want you out of the box. Stay in the box. Stay in the friend zone.
Okay, but why would you be their friend then?
Exactly. I don't know. Because I'm
You think it's
friends
like
with
an
everyone because
attention
I'm an extrovert. This is my curse.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really good at making friends. And then the minute you try, like, if I'm not into you like that, the minute you try to like flip the script on me, I'm going to be like, you have to do it just right. There's a key to unlocking me. You got to figure it out.
I feel like I'll be honest, I don't know if I friends on somebody. Like I like, it's like either flat out nah, and if it's that, then I just ain't gonna really talk to you no. Like, there's no need for us to be buddy anymore because like now I know what you're after, and it's like, why we pretended? You don't want to be my friend. You try to fuck. Like, no. But then like on the flip side, I don't know if I've been in positions where like guys have been being my friend or doing stuff that like would be considered romantic, and I just like completely missed it. Where I'm just like, oh, thanks, yeah. Like I would be Hannah's dude in the case. Like if a dude came over and was like, I'm gonna cook you a meal, I'd be like, yeah, do that shit. Great, wonderful.
So if you accidentally
Bring the groceries.
I'm hungry, but
unbeknownst to
Do
you,
that shit.
friend zone.
Wow, look at this guy who's just cooking me meals and like taking me shopping and like
Lasagna.
buying my grandma's clothes.
Oh,
As
lasagna.
long as it
goal in
ain't,
life
if it's shrimp
is
Alfredo, they want you. When people bring up the shrimp Alfredo, they mean business.
Not the weak Alfredo,
What
Jameer.
dream?
Not the weak Alfredo.
Chicken and broccoli Alfredo.
If he gets you shrimp Alfredo and tickets to Miami, girl,
Mhm.
he trying to marry you.
God damn, that's like wait from dinner to like in a flight. Like
That's an
Yo.
Atlanta housewife dream.
Listen, I've been
Them
asked.
Miami tickets be cheap.
I've literally been asked, "Are you trying to get flued out?" Atlanta niggas is different.
Atlanta, yo, I'm telling you.
That's the scam capital of the U.S.
Yo,
Telling you,
Atlanta
yo.
and Autumn
Did you say
scam.
no, Daphne?
hell yeah, I said no. I ain't going nowhere with them niggas.
You're not trying to be someone's wife? Somebody's son's wife?
Listen, if I went to HBCU, it would be a very different story.
We would not know each other.
I went to a PWI, so like.
So did I.
If I went to HBCU, I would own me a 5-story home in Atlanta with my black husband, our 2 kids, and a dog. I'd be living a very different. I wouldn't be disrespectful to men. But instead, I went to a PWI where all I had to do was disrespect men.
That is kind of the vibe.
That's kind of the vibe.
Big
you know?
energy.
That's the vibe.
Oh well.
This is really random, but does anybody know where Danbury, Connecticut is? Is that close to New York City?
It's about 3 or 4 hours away.
Oh, that's too much.
All right, where are you trying to go?
Yeah, float
somebody
out.
Somebody had. I wish somebody had shared this food, and I'm like, oh, where? I looked it up, Danbury, Connecticut. So it's probably not going to happen.
You're
It's not
looking
gonna
at
happen.
people's food on Instagram while we're recording a podcast?
Yes, because that's Jameer's brother. We literally just found copy and paste Jameer.
No, but I had I was doing research. I was doing research for my meme, and then it had popped up on Instagram. Yeah, but I got the best meme though.
I'm really glad you brought that to the group, I have to say.
Oh my god.
All
All
right,
right.
I'm not far from Connecticut. Well, no, never mind. I want to know.
I was gonna say, Hannah, you could literally turn around and point to it on the map behind you, right? Like,
Yeah.
Give us a geography.
Vanetta, maybe we gotta
lesson.
make a trip. We'll make a trip.
Road trip.
I think it's mine, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I want to talk about my meme first. I picked the same meme as you did, Camden. But a little bit of a different. I think it's like the opposite vibe, right? It's like I said, you're never stuck in the friend zone if you value having women as friends, and that's dope. I have a lot of female friends that I call and can speak to about just about anything. You know, we communicate on business level, we communicate on like friendship level too. If I ever like need to like talk to somebody that's not going to give me the exact same thing that I just said to myself, I usually talk to a lady, and I usually get a decent level of insight, right? Sometimes it's cool to have that level of communication with somebody that you're not romantically pursuing, because it makes it a hell of a lot easier to talk. So yeah, I love having women as friends. I have so many women friends that I do not see sexually, romantically, whatever. They're beautiful people, attractive for sure. They got beautiful families, but you know what I mean? Not every woman that attractive belongs to me. So
That's a bar.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
Right?
But I don't think that's a bar. I don't think that deserves anything. I think that's just how it should be. Like, people
Common
don't
sense.
belong to it. It's just common sense, right? Like,
It's how it should be, but it's not how it is.
Exactly.
it's unfortunate.
People like, oh, I
It,
spent
like,
time
my-
with you. That means I owe you. I own you, and it's like that's weird.
But you know what? There's
Yeah.
even people who aren't looking for anything romantic, but their friendships are like very transactionary. Like they're all
That too.
It's like
That's
I
a
did
good-
something for you, now you gotta do something. It's like, get the fuck out of my face.
Or like So this just recently happened to me, and it was a woman that it happened with. No, there was nothing romantic, but like we weren't really friends. And then she said something that I would expect like a friend to say, but it was so obviously wrong because we aren't friends. And I was like, what's happening here? Like you don't know anything about the situation, and then you said something as if we were like friends. So I think it is interesting. Daphne brings up an interesting point, like transactional friendships, transactional relationships. It's like people really think they be knowing you, but they don't. And like I think that can trickle into relationships too, or like trying to break out of the friend zone a little bit.
I like what your meme like brought up, but I kind of want to dig a little deeper into it in terms of like, in regard to like transactional friendships, all that aside, but like, what do you do with friend zoning, like close friends? Because I feel like that's the thing that's missing a little bit out of this conversation, is like, we can talk about friend zoning as like, you're my extended acquaintance friend. Like when we go to parties, like, yeah, you're there, but like, we don't really have heart to heart moments, super deep convos. It's like, but in like movies, it's always like the guy or the girl that was just like always there and like always showed up, and like your parents know them, your family knows them, everybody's like, this is my closest lifelong person. And then it's like, oh shit, now I like you romantically. It's like, but were you my friend, or were you like always?
It gets like 17 candlesy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I suddenly think I like Aaron. Like I don't think I think it happens like that in real life for sure, but I think that's a difficult situation. Like I personally have never been like that. Like anybody that I had an attraction for, like coming up, like I let them know communicatively, like let's work toward it. And if they were like, nah, I was like, all right, cool. Well, does that hurt my chances of still being cool with you because you're a decent person? Like I think most people aren't comfortable like taking a risk and then failing because they're not, the relationship that they built before was not that strong in the first place, right? So if your relationship is strong and you say, hey, you want to take it further, and they go, nah, and you go, all right, bet, you want to play dominoes? You know what I mean? It could really just go back to how it was, but most people are not confident enough in themselves to just be like, well, now I gotta never talk to this person again because they led me on. A damn girl. It's like that didn't happen, bro. You liked her and she didn't like you back. Just play Uno.
I just feel like there's I feel like there's a cutoff time though for me. Like, you know how like, okay, marriage is a fictional, transactional law business.
Here we go.
Okay, all that other goofy shit that ain't with the times.
Forever.
But I feel like but I feel like, you know how like some women are like, and I'm just using an example here, there's probably men out there that do it too, but like some women are like, all right, we've been dating for 5 years, if you don't put a ring on it next week, I'm out. Like, bye. I feel like with friends, there's like, you got a hard cutoff time too. It's like, if you've been my friend for like 3 or 4 years and you don't know by now if you are romantically interested in me, don't pop up on my doorstep 7 years later on some like, I'm trying to be with you. Get the fuck out of my face.
That's crazy. I've always loved you. Yeah, nah.
No, you haven't.
It's a hard cutoff.
You wasting my time.
Maybe not I've always loved you, but I feel like it could relate to different stages of your life. Like, let's say you've been friends for a long time, and I guess I could see it happening theoretically. I don't know a lot of cases of it, but like we're really close. Maybe one person was married and then they're widowed or whatever, and then like it happened. I guess for me, what I really like about this question is that it's talking about how we look at relationships in this context with the opposite sex, or I guess with whoever you're attracted to, and it actually. So I come from a very conservative, evangelical, like white Christian background. And in that background, they actively discourage friendships between men and women. Like they're saying like, that's not appropriate. And the way that, that Noelle, that you were describing this meme, it was really interesting to me because it was like, it was, and it's in a different way. coming against that same kind of weird idea that men and women can't be friends and be really close friends and be really good friends. And I think it could look different at different times of life.
I agree. Daphne,
Daphne's out here wilding in the chat.
I can't handle it. I
For
can't.
y'all, okay.
That
I
was
didn't
a
want to
little.
interrupt Hannah because she was making a very valid point.
That was a great point, Hannah. I'm so sorry. Yes.
It was a beautiful
On my phone, so I can't see the chat. I'm sorry. I'm completely ignorant.
So for the listeners up there, when Hannah started talking about
Daphne,
I'm widowed, now things can work out, I instantly thought of one of my favorite quotes. And remember, a shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on.
Let the church
say Am I lying? No. Niggas be waiting in the cut. They be like, yeah, she crying and she vulnerable.
She's sad.
Hey, sorry, your husband died at war.
That's crazy what happened.
You trying to be together now?
I noticed you took all the pictures down with you and him on Instagram. Is everything all right over there?
You know, you deleted some.
No, we can always talk, okay?
From 2015.
What's crazy is that's how women shoot their shot. That's how women shoot their shot.
Oh,
Hey,
I've done that.
is everything okay? You posted a couple sad things on your timeline. I want to know if everything's all right.
Yeah.
What if they genuinely just want to know if things are all right?
No one ever genuinely wants to know what's all right. If you're my friend, you hit me up.
I ain't gonna
No.
lie. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll be seeing some sad boy post and I'll be like, yo, bro, you good? And then I feel like niggas take that to the extreme and start talking to me. And I'm like, wait. All I needed was
wanted to know if you're okay.
Yeah, like men be like, yeah, you know, I'm going through some things with my family and my son and my daughter and my
son.
What you doing on Tuesday?
Stephanie has left the chat.
Okay,
How do I get out of this?
A few weeks ago,
That's amazing,
when it was announced that Cardi and Offset were filing for divorce finally for like the second time, Offset posted this picture on his Instagram. He was like sitting on a wall, looking all pensive. And the caption was like, sometimes I really wish my grandma was here. She's no way. I was like, oh my God.
Hey, what this got to do with your grandma?
Cardi, like,
your grandma gonna stop you from cheating?
He was
right?
really
gonna bring your wife
Your grandma here. She's gonna tell you what's up.
True Sagittarius fashion. That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta
is
say.
We hate to
Oh, that
see.
reminds me of those future, the memes about future. Like, it's on this New Year's Day makes me start thinking about New Year, you ain't gonna be in it.
Yeah.
I ate that fried chicken.
So
And remind me.
my favorite ones is the future memes.
Going out.
We lost
What
you.
does that mean? Does that mean?
You know who has the better internet of the two brothers.
I'll be want to act like this, and it's like a picture of Russell Wilson.
What?
Oh,
not hard.
Hold on.
We
lost you for a second, bro.
We need
We missed
Verizon.
the first part.
We missed the whole first part. We're gonna need you to run it back.
So sorry.
Oh, now we missing it again.
Jamal gave us the 2-for-1 special. Put it in the chat, bro. One of us to read it for you.
Jameer will read it
You
so
better
we can
go.
hear it in your voice.
Oh my God.
I'm crying.
It was like every time we started talking.
I owe you.
Russell Wilson.
Future. Ciara.
Like,
Danger Russ Wilson.
Mm.
Oh my
all right.
gosh.
Noel, you passing this
No.
torch. We're gonna let Jamal jump back in.
Yes,
Get it
I
ready.
am passing the torch. I am.
I think it's Bernetta.
Oh, okay.
Hi, kitty.
Alright, let me
Question.
meme.
Where's mine?
So they're it's like a text message. They're saying let's be one friend. They say best friends. Say no more than that. Mega best friends. And there's a picture of a heart getting chopped up. And yeah, I'm not too good with explaining or like kind of correlating it with what I have to say. So it's like not entirely related, but it kind of made me think like they're getting their heart broken by asking to be more than friends. Like, is it problematic to want something else? Or is it like a like woe is me, like my heart's getting chopped up, like, or is it like self-inflicted? So because I found this like also found like this spicy take on Twitter. It was basically saying like friend zone is to guys what friends with benefit is to girls. And they were basically saying that a guy never wants to be friend zoned, but mistakenly believes being friends with a girl is the way to their heart, and that a girl that only wants sex that never only wants sex with a guy believes that sex can somehow create the obsession that like she wants, but it only degrades her to him. And like I think that was like a weird take. But they like kind of break it down. They say a guy in the friend zone is in the friend zone because he doesn't set proper boundaries, and the girls in the sex only zone just not set proper boundaries. So they kind of weirdly like correlated being in a friends with benefits situation to being in like the friend zone. And I guess it makes sense in a way as a hypothetical situation that generalizes like women and kind of like generalizes women saying like, oh, they don't want purely sexual relationships. But I think sometimes you happen to fall in love with a friend and you decide that you value that friendship over a potential relationship. So yeah.
Can I read the first reply tweet to that thread?
Yeah, go ahead.
He says, this man, I assume it's man, I think it's man. We've been friends for about a year. We meet at weekends having drinks and some good sex. 2 days ago, she asked if I want to get in a serious and exclusive relationship. I said I can't. I have zero feelings for her, but I still care about her. Hope didn't make her feel bad. Bro, what?
I feel like there's like two parts of this. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like after you read it, my head started hurting. I got confused.
I hate y'all niggas.
What? I don't care for her, but I care for her a lot.
He said we have sex every weekend, but I feel absolutely nothing for her.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Like, what?
Men are like this though.
I think
she's amazing, but she's also the worst at the same time.
What do I do?
I think people can have sex. Listen,
Hope she's okay.
I think people can have sex without being emotionally connected to people. I think that's one part, but I think there's two, which Bernetta brought up. The second version of that meme saying that like women, like the thought that women are inherently tied to some emotional part of having sex, like, oh, I had sex with a guy, now I want to be with him forever. Like, that's just not true. And then I also think that like that's a majorly sexist problem. But then on the flip side of that, I think too that it's not a matter of like, oh, I got friend zoned because she didn't set boundaries. It's more or less like, I don't know what I don't know. So like, if you come up to me and you're like, hey, I like you now, I want to pursue this further or something, and I'm like, nah, I want to keep you in the friend zone, that's a valid response for me to make. I don't owe you anything. But two, if I do decide to sleep with you or I do decide to pursue something, I don't really have to be like, yeah, now I love you. And I think in the same case for that guy, like, first of all, if you want to fuck and your friend is like, hey, here's my body, like, take it if you want to. If you guys are consenting adults, do whatever the fuck you want. That doesn't mean like I want to marry you and have kids with you and build a house and with a dog and a farm. Like, nobody want to do all that shit. I think he's allowed to say that, but like to expect of people that just because you had sex that guarantees you to something else, it does. Like, they don't owe you part of their emotional or empathetic side because they said, yeah, I'll fuck. Like, that's not true. And I think it's just like two parts of it. But assuming that like, oh, like you overstepped my boundaries because you did this. Like, no, if I'm gonna shoot my shot, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Like, you can't stop somebody from asking. I think the problem comes in with the actions that take place after you ask.
I know someone who was they were led on, but they're also being friend zoned at the same time. So like in my friend's case, it was like their really close friend. And they would have heart to hearts or whatever, and then that like slowly started to become like they'd start flirting with each other. And my friend being like a queer person and this person was straight, like when my friend asked like, oh, like, are you interested in me? They're like, oh no, like, no bro, like no homo, I don't swing that way. Then they kept sending those mixed messages, and then my friend, like, they were like, enough is enough, and they started setting their boundaries, and they're like, you know, you like the idea of a one-sided thing going on where you're like the object of a desire and mess with my feelings willingly, but that's unfair to me. And so like they kind of so I see like that I could see how that was like a boundary problem.
That's not your friend though. Like, yeah. I think that's the ultimate thing. If you're gonna fuck around with somebody's emotions or like their own, like, if you can tell like somebody likes you, and like I've been in those positions too where I kind of start to get the hint like, oh, this person likes me, but I don't like them like that, I'm not gonna entertain it. Cause like I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, to be like, oh, I don't know, I might dip my toe in, I might not. I don't
playing in your face.
It's like, it feels nice to get attention from somebody, but it's like you don't care about that person. And whether that's a friend or not, like I've had people where I'll be like, yeah, we're cool, like everything's great, and then they go to dip their toe and shoot their shot, and I'm like, let's ease up on that, pump the brakes, gotta move this back. Like I feel like you're really only their friend if you're giving clear indication that like, hey, this is not gonna progress to anything else. If you're gonna play around with people's emotions, fuck you. Like, you're not a real friend to them to begin with.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Human trash, man. We got some real human trash. Jamal, are you fully connected and had something to say about Russell Wilson?
So, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
So, let me share my screen. Start broadcast. Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's sharing the screen.
This is exciting.
Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay,
It says you're sharing your screen.
This is
Can y'all see it?
Well, we saw
No,
it.
it just went away.
It's gone now.
Oh, okay. So
We were so close.
Okay, so basically, yeah, I was so close. But it was a meme. It was it had a picture of Sierra, and it said how I want to act, and then it had a picture on the other side with Jada Pinkett Smith. It was like how y'all be forcing me to act, and like I don't know. I thought that was funny. But my meme, I was on Wikipedia, and it said I looked up like the history of the friend zone because like I didn't really know too much about it. So it says, as originally portrayed in the episode The One with the Blackout in the American sitcom television series Garcia Friends, when two people meet, there is a short period in which there is a potential for a romantic relationship. After this time, if they continue to see each other, they are in the friend zone, and so a romantic relationship is effectively impossible, even if.
Did we lose Jamal?
Oh no.
He was saying some shit though.
Yeah. Wishes it were possible. So
we didn't hear that.
We didn't hear none of that. I heard what I needed to hear. Just to let y'all know. Everything I needed to hear was said.
We heard the majority of it.
It was like that last line was like
Optimum
no.
Wi-Fi. Optimum Wi-Fi is coming for me, y'all. I don't know what they have against me. So,
it's a miracle that mine hasn't been.
They hate seeing black men win.
Yes.
Take our kings down.
It's racism. It's racism. Optimum Wi-Fi is racist.
I do agree with that hot take. There's a hard cutoff. If you don't know by now, you'll never know, bro. And me being a widow is not gonna change that fact.
It's just, I think different people are different ways though.
He put in the chat to go to someone else because he was having issues
with his wife.
Yes.
He meant Wi-Fi, I hope. I think. I'm sure.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
He's also a widow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to hell. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really dumb. All right, Jamal, do you want Jameer or somebody to read yours and you pop back in, or you want us to wait? I see hands moving.
Oh, I see this.
I'm using my iPad. I was typing on my question in the chat. Y'all hear me?
I read a letter.
We can hear you. This is the one time we could hear you clearly.
Okay.
Keep doing that.
Okay. So my question was, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, your bars are all white instead of red, so you're in the clear for
Okay.
now.
Okay. Is there ever a point where it's too late to go from the friend zone to a relationship?
Ooh.
I mean, for me personally, if you hit one of my homies, that's it.
Yeah. And like for somebody I know, yeah.
Oh, it could be somebody I know, just not one of my friends. If it's one of my friends, is it somebody I know? It's still fair game.
Noel, you know what? I really might be niggas, cause like I feel
Daphne,
like
we read the same school of. We come from the same school of hard knocks, fam.
Yo.
So.
Me and Noel's life is just too. Popped out of Staten Island, ended up in Redding.
Oh, it's just too perfect. It's just too. Yeah.
My thing is like I feel that exact same way. I feel like my hard cutoff is definitely like my if you mess with any of my close friends or you even shot your shot at them, do not come my way. Like, because one, they already told me.
You already talked about it in the chat, yeah.
And I'm gonna clown you, and I'm gonna clown you with them too. Like, no, so don't do that. Don't do that. But if it's like somebody who like I might have went to school with, we said hello in passing. Like, I really don't talk about them. I don't even know their parents' name, their last name. No. Go on with your day. It's like I don't care what you do. But as far as anything outside of that too, I'm just like, there's a hard cutoff for me with time. And I understand like, oh, I never understood people who were like, oh, you know, me and this person were perfect for each other. It was just the timing was off, the timing. And I'm like, no, I don't believe
you could put the timing on.
There's no, like I am who I am, and every single part of my life, whether it's good or bad, changes, ebbs and flows. If you're not ready to ride with all of it, you're not ready to ride at all.
I don't know if
won't be.
I don't think that's what people mean, Daphne. I think they mean like, okay, here we go again. I was engaged at 25. I was not ready to be engaged at 25. Now at 32, I have grown a lot in who I am as a person and in my relationships, but I'm still not ready to like be engaged, you know? So like, I think I have changed. So like, it just wasn't the right time.
But like, that's my point. That's not a matter of timing. That's just a matter of like, it's like this. The person, oh my God, my cat is like clawing into my shirt. Okay.
Pull her up into your lap. She
no.
wants to be close to you.
No. So she'd be scratching at me? No. My thing is this. It's like the person you were engaged to, now that you're in a more stable position to understand what that fully entails, would you still want to be with that person?
No.
Okay.
There you go.
So they were not meant for you or a part of your life.
Right.
Like as far as any idea of like, oh, the timing was just up. No, that person was not meant for you. Like there's a big difference in like me experiencing something. Okay, prime example. There are gonna be times in my life where I'm just like, I don't want to date nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be bothered. And I don't go pursue people. I mind my fucking business and I don't pursue people. I don't understand why you're pursuing people when you know damn well you don't want to do that. There's no such thing as a timing thing. It's either we are compatible or we're not. Either you can ride with me through the times where I'm like deep diving into my career or I'm deep diving into my emotions or any of that, and you can also be stable in you, or there's none of it. Like you don't get a 50-year marriage because the timing was off. Like, there's no such thing as perfect fucking timing to begin with. It's either
Right.
you're with me or you're not.
Right.
You have convinced me through this
Mm.
through this point. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, people don't change like situations do, you know? So
Exactly.
it's like,
Thank you.
People don't change.
The
I
situations
mean,
that
I
people-
changed a lot.
the situations that people are put in is what manifests how they act, and that's who they are. My response to a certain ordeal is always going to be consistent to how I am. I'm not going to drastically overnight, like, I'm not going to take on the principles of like a fucking Ivanka Trump. Like, if me and her are put in a situation where it's like, solve this code and get $1 million, she's going to go about it her way and I'm going to go about it my way. And it's always just going to be the decisions that I personally make. But that's just me. That's just her. Like, that has nothing to do with, like, you're going to grow. You're going to develop. Some people don't. Let me be very clear. Some people do not.
Some
But,
people will
like,
be stagnant.
yeah, but like, you know how your friends, you know your loud friend, you know your quiet friend, you know your funny friend, you know like the basic personality traits of people.
Right.
Sorry, I completely derailed Jamal's whole shit. My bad. Run it back.
I like where it was going though. Yeah, like time, like yeah, like I feel like sometimes like two people can have a lot going on, so that might be an instance of timing. But I feel like in Starlicia's situation, she said even now that person like it just wasn't going to work out. So like
Right.
yeah, I do feel like that timing is extremely important when it comes to relationships, especially in like the friend zone. Maybe you're friends with someone who is in a relationship right now, so it stays like that for a little bit. But once they're out the relationship, you try to make a move or something. But then I guess that that relates to like were you
Happens.
friends with them? Like I don't know.
I think it's, I think a little bit of that too is like consistency. It's like, if you've been my friend for like, let's say 10 years, and like we were really, really close for like the first 2 or 3 years, and then we stopped talking a little bit, and it was like, oh, you moved to another state, we talk here and there, and then we catch up again for another 3 years, and then it dies off again. Like, I think those things, like, I think that's a point of development compared to like, I've been hanging with you for 5 years now.
Mhm.
Like, what's going on here?
Like if it was going to happen, it was going to happen.
Yeah, I
At a
think
certain point.
that's more for me. It's like, I can understand like lives going in different directions and like you got to do you, I got to do me. But like, even back to the timing thing, I think that even if I was to stop talking to you, if we can meet up like 3 years later and it still be the same kind of thing, like, timing be damned. That had nothing to do with it. We're still in step. It doesn't matter what happened in between there. Just like, we're still in sync. Well, y'all, any last words? Final
People
thoughts?
don't belong to you. People don't belong to you.
Oh yeah.
Value the time and relationships that you can develop with folks, and if it becomes something, it becomes something. But nobody is yours. You are your own.
A word from the prophet.
A word.
That's right.
That's
Love
the
yourself.
ending. That's the ending.
Yeah, I was about to say, just be your own friend. Let's be your own. That's all.
Cam giving that Virgo energy.
Cam,
Wait,
you do got that.
is there
You got
another
that Virgo
Virgo?
energy too. Yeah, that is. Virgos are cool, man.
Thank you.
I respect.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Hannah's a Virgo.
Your own friend zone.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
But then me, Jamal, and Dad for Team Aquarius because that's fine.
Aquarius is a
Gang,
cool.
That's
gang,
one.
gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Literally a day apart.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, all the toxicity.
Bought it to what?
Star be trying to get us together, but it's a very
It
toxic.
doesn't work.
That doesn't.
Y'all are too messy.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Well, thank you, everybody. It was wonderful talking to y'all, find out a little bit more about the friend zone. Hopefully for the people that was listening, Y'all got some shit to say. Leave some comments, leave some feedback. We really don't care. We're going to keep our perspectives how we want to keep them.
Pretty
All
much.
right, everybody. I'm ending this recorded. Bye.